Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cop and the Con podcast starring
Eric Walker
and the face of it all, Tanner Johnson. We got little Dorito in the corner doing all the mixing.
Hello.
All right. Week number 6. I think, is this 6th episode?
Yeah. How you doing, Tanner?
Let's go on to the next question.
I like your shirt.
Oh, hey. Now, all you Spotify listeners aren't going to be able to see this, but
yeah,
as you can see, we have merch. So there will be a link in the description where you can go buy a shirt. Please go get one. All proceeds benefit, well, me and Eric.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it goes back into the podcast.
Yeah.
It's not, we're not making any money off this, so.
No, we do it for you guys and to get our name out there. So
actually, it's costing us money.
It is costing. So
it's an expensive hobby.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm doing this week. It's been a rough week, but I'm surviving, doing what I need to do.
Yeah, life keeps lifing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have some sponsors. Let's talk about our sponsors, Dan.
We do have some sponsors. So our first sponsor is the person that made these shirts, Miss Carmen over at Desert Designs and More LLC. She does Scentsy, she does shirts, she does hats, she does all kinds of stuff, and she has really been a big help. And she got these shirts made in 2 days, 3 days, I think.
Yeah.
And she's my neighbor, and she's super cool. So
yeah,
her and her
awesome.
husband are awesome. I don't hold it against Joel that he is a Raiders fan, but nothing we can do about that. He's set in the way he is. I can't change him, so I just accept it, and I know that they're good people. So
he's even got the big truck that has all the Raiders stickers.
He has Raiders stickers and stuff. Yes, he does. He's full-blown Raiders guy.
Does he fly the flag in the front yard and everything?
I don't know. I would imagine he's got one. He's got a garage like mine. It's got a bunch of Raider stuff and TVs and stuff. Made a cave out of it. I went over to his house to get the idea from mine.
You know, there was a phase in the 80s where I jumped ship. Did you know that?
God, I thought it was going to be say cross-dressing.
No cross-dressing. That's for Josh Good. No cross-dressing, Josh.
I still don't know where it came from.
I don't either.
I think it came from, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I think he saw the post I made of you in a dress on your birthday.
Yeah, he knows that's AI, right?
I would think so. However, I think he thinks it's real. I mean, he just, yeah. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I jumped ship back in the 80s. I became a Raiders fan, man. I left the Cowboys because of Bo Jackson. Bo knows. I don't know if we have any listeners that are old enough to remember that, but Bo Jackson was it, man. Fastest player ever. Almost. Was he the fastest player ever in the NFL?
No.
Besides Dion?
No.
He ran like a 4.2, bro.
No, one of our Dallas Cowboys was, no, he didn't. He didn't run a 4.2.
Look it up.
Look up Bo Jackson 40 time.
Fact check that shit, Dory.
No, just type Bo Jackson 40 time.
Bo Jackson 40 time.
B-O. 40 time it was.
4.13, Tanner.
That's crazy.
That's
4.12.
unofficial, though.
Yeah, but still. 4.12. He said he ran a 3.9 that wasn't recorded.
Yeah, it says right
I
here.
knew he was fast, but I didn't think he was that fast.
He was the fastest player in the NFL ever.
Who is it now? He was on the Texans, Xavier Worthy.
No,
Is he
he's
the
as a
fastest?
Chief. No, that would still be the record if that's true.
Hold on, let me go back.
Famously clocked at 4.13. Dion was a 4.18 in college with Florida State.
Fastest NFL player, I'm going to go off on a limb and say it's Kevontae Turpin.
Cavante.
Of all time?
Oh, not of all time, but I think he's, Bob Hayes is who I was thinking of.
That's top speed. You got to put who
40-yard. The high, see the highest 4.24 was Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson, and that was in the combine.
So are we doing
Right.
a 40-yard dash then?
Yes.
Look at Darrell Green, 4.15,
Xavier Worthy. What did I
He's on the
just
Chiefs.
4.22.
I know you wanted him to be on the Texans, but he is on the Chiefs.
Yeah, he's the Chiefs.
Well, Chiefs is my second team, so
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I still like you. Besides that,
I know I still like you despite the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That's what marriage is about, making these decisions every day.
that's right. But yeah, I jumped ship. I was a huge Bo Jackson fan. Had the black and silver, everything. I still like the Raiders. Don't tell my son-in-law, but I still like the Raiders.
Ray Lynn's husband. I'd like to say her name.
Yeah. Again,
Say her name, Eric.
speaking of Ray Lynn,
Yep, I was gonna say, don't you have some Ray Lynn
speaking
news?
of Ray Lynn, she probably wouldn't want me to say this because she does. I called her today and I'm like, hey, I want to promote your business. She goes, I'm not starting a business, Dad. I just want to get some extra clients and train people on the side. I'm like, well, be careful what you wish for because it's going to turn into something. Because she's very well respected personal trainer. She works up in Morenci at the community center up there as a fitness instructor. She's got multiple certifications, and I've been after her for years to start an online business where she trains people because, I mean, like I said, I posted on Facebook last night, like her training is no nonsense, down and dirty. No magic bullet, nothing that's like, if you do this, this will happen. You buy this, this will happen. No, it's hard work. It's good nutrition. And she will tell it like it is. And like I said in the post, no bullshit. So I've been trying to come up with some kind of a marketing plan for her, but she goes, I already have a few clients. I'm good. But still, if you want to hit up Raylyn, it's Raylyn Ray, on Facebook or Instagram. And, she's great. She's very knowledgeable. I actually, I used to coach her back in the day from the time she was 12 years old. And I actually go to her for nutrition counseling and stuff now. So, and training advice. So she's great. Look her up. Anyway.
Yeah, and I didn't mention about Carmen either. So you can find Carmen, Desert Designs and More LLC on Facebook. I don't know what the website called. The website that I think it's just, let me look and see. It's what we have for our shirts is her website, but I don't know. So it's just Desert Designs More LLC.bigcartel.com is her website, and she's on Facebook. You'll see. We'll link it in the description of the podcast.
Yeah. Let's talk about our other sponsors. We got 2 more sponsors, Tanner.
Yep.
We got Bad Mom Energy. I don't know if you guys can see Tanner's hat. He's rocking the Bad Mom Energy hat. That's Amber. You guys can see her around town. She's serving up drinks every day. They're killing it out there. They got some really good drinks. Even if you're not a bad mom, you can go get a drink. But also her husband, Ross, not John, like I said last podcast. I know I called him John, but Ross has a
jerk.
I know, dude. I felt so bad. But Ross has a bait company called Hooker Baits. That you can see the hat.
Hook apostrophe R.
Yeah, Hook apostrophe R Baits. Yeah, and he makes custom bass lures. Some really cool lures and stuff. So if you're a bass fisherman and you want a custom lure, hit up Ross at Hooker Baits. It's Hook apostrophe R Baits on Facebook, and send him a message. So we're really grateful for the sponsorship that we have so far, and we're always open to promoting local businesses and even businesses that aren't local. We'll give a shout out to. So if you're listening to this across the country, get in contact with us. We'd love to promote your stuff.
Yeah, why not? What would it kill you? It's free advertising.
Right.
Well, not free, but free. Kinda.
Basically.
Kind of free, yeah.
Kind of free.
Yeah,
you know?
I had tried that blue balls drink that she made last week for their 1 day closing.
Yeah,
Really good. It was really good. Those of you who didn't try
that
it.
was a
It
good
was
drink.
really good.
They've got a
I
thing.
it a lot.
They've got a thing going right now, like Christmas in July. They got a drink going, so they're always having cool like special drinks and one-off stuff, and just keeping it fun. And plus, you get a nice refreshing drink, and I usually get the no caffeine, no sugar, and all that crap. But so it just tastes good to me. But if you're out there, you need a caffeine fix. That's the place to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then today we are going to bring on, tell me about Ted.
Well, let me pull up Ted's bio real quick. He's going to be coming on in about 15 minutes or so.
Which we need to share the screen too so we can see him.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, you need to do that, Tanner, because I don't know how to do that. But yeah, let me pull up Ted's bio real quick here.
There we go.
Yeah, I've known Ted for quite a while now. I've known Ted since we kind of worked for the same company. He actually works for the same company now that I used to work for, and he was a fitness, and first he started as a fitness instructor for this company, and then he has since moved into recreation and things like that. But I'll just read you his bio real quick before he comes on, and then we'll ask him some questions. But he's got a really cool past. He was a professional bodybuilder trainer. He played D1 college football, and he's been training people pretty much his whole life. But he's also involved in screenwriting and movies, and he's like a tech nerd, and he's just a cool dude. He likes a lot of the same artists I like, so we hit it off really good when we first met. But in his bio, it says, for more than 35 years, Ted Quinn has dedicated his life to helping people transform themselves through fitness, wellness, and aquatics. From coaching athletes and teaching lifeguards to developing community wellness programs and leading life-changing fitness initiatives, Ted has built a career around one simple belief: the greatest transformations happen when people realize their best days are still ahead of them. Throughout his career, Ted has inspired thousands to overcome obstacles, lose weight, recover from injuries, build confidence, and embrace healthier lives. His passion has never been about creating elite athletes. It's been about helping ordinary people achieve extraordinary change, regardless of their age or where they're starting. Now Ted is taking on his most personal challenge yet, rebuilding himself. He's documenting that journey in his upcoming podcast, Human Under Construction, Rebuilding Ted. So he'll be starting that podcast soon, where he'll have honest conversations with physicians, athletes, experts, and everyday people who have overcome adversity and proven it's never too late to rewrite your story. He's also launching the Old Man Fat Boy Club, a workout channel dedicated to proving that getting older isn't an excuse, it's an opportunity. His message is simple: we're all under construction. It doesn't matter where you start. It matters that you keep rebuilding. And that speaks to me, man. I know Tanner too. Like, we're not getting any younger, especially me. And while I used to be a pretty fit guy, lately not as fit due to some health issues and just not getting in the weight room or not getting as much exercise as I need to, and eating like crap, which is really the base of it all. But when we talked to Ted today, I'm excited to talk to him because I want to start down a different path to be more fit and have more wellness in my life, so I can stick around longer. I want to stick around for at least 40 more years, and make sure that my kid's up having to change my diaper. That's my goal in life, is to stay around and annoy everybody. And I have Tanner, you've been out walking and stuff, right?
A little bit. I've been trying to go on walks every night. So
Yeah. And that's it. Just keep moving, man. That's what you got to do. We get in these sedentary lifestyles where we're sitting all the time and we're driving all the time and we're watching TV all the time. We're on our phones all the time, and just get out, man. Like when me and Dory got out last weekend and we did the catwalk and everything. That was so awesome. Like, it was such good exercise and just getting out in nature. And I really need to do that more. I really need to make that a habit. I'm kind of a homebody, and I need to kind of break out of that and get back to being a lot more active. And I want to pick Ted's brain today and put a plan together, selfishly for myself. And I hope somebody, that's listening to this podcast reaches out to Ted or reaches out to us. We can get you in touch with him and put something together for you, but or at least get some good content out of this podcast today. Is it sharing, Tanner?
no, you got to share it.
Yeah.
So while you're connecting to that, let's see if I can get a couple words in.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Son of a bitch never shuts up. Anyway, I was like, well, if we have some time to kill, I thought of a good story I'll tell you guys. Tell everybody and the listeners it's completely off topic, but that's kind of what we do around here. I was thinking about my younger days, and I had somebody ask me recently if I smoke pot. And I told them, no, I don't smoke the devil's lettuce. It's a sin to start off with. Second of all, they asked me why, and I thought of this is an actual true story. So I was, how old was I? I was probably 17, about 17. We went out to a party, and I had been drinking tequila, and I don't know, I guess I just had too much, and I smoked cigarettes back then, and I had a friend named Curtis, and I went up to him and asked him for a cigarette. He must have said no, but he had a joint in his hand. Well, apparently I took the joint. And I must have thought it was a cigarette because I took off into the woods and smoked the whole thing. My friends, I remember this guy, Stevie. I just remember him yelling, hey, he's over here. So apparently they walked up on me. I was hugging the base of a mesquite tree. And I was telling them that everybody needed to hold on. The world ended right there. And they were all going to fall off. Which, means I was a flat earther for a minute there. But so they figured out something. And they had originally thought that somebody had laced whatever I'd smoked. So they get me home. They take me to my friend's house where I was there all night. I was sick all night. I didn't know what was happening. I just remember hallucinating, and I kept thinking the floor was made of spiders. And that there was a full rock band and the singer had a guitar and he was just playing in my face and staring at me. And I was like, it freaked me out. So then I started getting sick and I didn't have anything in me. So I was dry heaving real bad and everybody freaked out. And my friends, quotes, went and threw me at the hospital door and left. So the doctors come in. I don't know what they did, but they figured out that I had an allergic reaction to something. So when I'm finally starting to calm down a little bit, they I guess hit me with some Benadryl or whatever they did. I remember the doctor came in right before I left. He'd asked me, he's like, hey, what, you had a bad allergic reaction. He's like, you were hallucinating because you weren't getting any oxygen to your brain. Your throat was constricting. You almost died. And I was like, oh crap. And he's like, well, what did you do tonight? We need to narrow down what allergy you had. And I was like, crap. I better not tell him because I'll go to jail. So I remembered one of my friends telling me that they were allergic to tomatoes. And I don't know why it popped in my head. And I was like, oh man, I had a salad tonight and there was tomatoes in it. He's like, really? I said, sure was. I had tomatoes. I must be allergic to tomatoes. I have a friend that's allergic to tomatoes. He's like, huh, okay, good to know. Well, let's stay away from the tomatoes. So they go do their thing and everything. My friend, Brandon Fritz I was driving a motorcycle at that point. Brandon Fritz grabbed my motorcycle, drove to the hospital, put me on back of said motorcycle. We rode at 3 a.m, nuts and butts, all the way back to the apartment. But right
Nice.
before I left,
What a good
the
dude.
doctor walked in and he said, "We're going to go ahead and let you go." And he started to walk away, and I'll never forget. He turned around and he looked at me and he goes, "Don't smoke any more tomatoes." And I was like,
They always know.
"To jail. I'm going to jail." So I was for sure that I was done for at that point. Never touched marijuana again, but that's why I never smoked marijuana, because drugs are bad, kids. Drugs are bad.
So you haven't tried it
Dare
since
to be different.
I've tried it one other time since then, and it felt like a bad, like, acid trip. And THC is what I'm allergic to.
Huh. Have you tried CBD or anything like that?
I can do CBD. I've
Yeah.
tried CBD. I just cannot do THC. So yeah, that's how I ended up, why I never smoke pot or don't do any of that stuff anymore. Or, like, now it's legal and everybody's doing it. I'm like, I just can't do it. I don't,
I will say this, and it might be unpopular, but as a cop, most of the calls I went on were alcohol related.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
We never got called to a loud party where people are just smoking weed.
No. Well, they're
'Cause-
too lazy to
Yeah.
make any noise.
Yeah. And so, like, I will say that, from experience, that
Is it not working?
I can't get it to, how did we get it working last time?
You had to go up to the dots up in the top.
Dots,
Hit screen share.
dots in the top of what?
Right up here.
Up here?
No, up here on the browser somewhere.
Like if you were to minimize the screen.
Minimize the screen. Right up there, those things.
Oh.
Oh, so you have to do it through the actual MacBook.
Yes.
Screen mirroring?
Yes. And then look for a 10 whistle right there.
Right there.
Boom. Now it should be sharing.
Should be like it's 3:23, so it's a couple minutes before.
So it's connecting. So we should be, son of a gun. Look at there I am.
There's your face.
I'm on the screen. Make it bigger. There you go. And then once he gets on, we should be able to see his face and our face. That way we're not talking. I mean, I don't mind sitting on the same chair as you, but I don't want to.
Did you,
I also don't want you to.
you
Yeah.
like my new haircut, Tim?
It's the same as mine. I've told you this
It's
like
not
4
the same.
times this week. It's the
It's-
same haircut I have.
This is the Negan haircut, dude.
Well, then I have a Negan haircut.
Anything on Amber?
Or the Hitler Youth haircut, however you want to.
I think Dory's thirsty. Is there no word
What
on
did
the
you want?
drinks?
Oh.
She's looking at the drinks.
I was wondering if she.
Hopefully she's not just like sitting outside.
No, that's what I'm.
She hasn't texted me. You want to go see?
Well, I got a camera right here.
Oh, okay. Where'd she do? Is it a flock camera?
No. Have you followed that?
Then follow it.
Oh my god, I can't do it anymore. I can't.
I even went down I went down a rabbit hole though. I went and researched the constitutionality of flock cameras and what the courts have decided across the country, state by state, because the feds don't have a stance on it, which they should. But most states are saying they are constitutional if
Anyway, I didn't realize I was this buff. Go ahead.
how come your right forearm is bigger than your left forearm?
That's none of your damn business.
That out on live television. Okay.
Carmen picked the right shirts. Look at that.
Yeah.
Skinga Sue.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize there was a constitution.
So what
Did you just try to hold my hand?
what they've decided is that if they erase the data every 21 to 30 days
Okay.
and it's constantly looping and they don't use AI to track your whereabouts, what are you laughing at?
Why does it say Tanner?
Why? That's what I just saw it too.
What?
Why is there a Tanner's OnlyFans journey been searched up?
Oh, it's not just a journey. It's a
Stop.
short.
No, it's not.
It's a short.
Only. Oh, this isn't my computer. What have you been searching?
I'm not searching anything. That's the name of this clip.
I just looked up and on the screen it says Tanner's OnlyFans journey.
Yeah. It says the Cop and the Con podcast, Tanner's OnlyFans journey.
I was like, what is Eric searching? And why? Like,
I looked at it and then I looked over at Tanner and he was squinting his eyes at what I was looking at. I'm like, oh no,
Here.
he sees what I see.
It's Tanner talking about OnlyFans.
oh, is that what my OnlyFans model?
Yes.
Yeah. Where if you didn't catch it last week, my OnlyFans model is I rapid fire nudes to you until you pay me to stop. So I'm doing well. I'm doing real well.
Still funny.
There's
Still
lot of
funny a
people
week
who don't
later.
like me. Okay, that makes sense. But so let me tell you, if this might go along with what you're saying. So the argument, and I never thought of it this way, is there are nefarious people out there. There are not 100% good cops out there. And there has been at least 20 cases of police misusing and stalking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I didn't think about that. Like, but the other part was the constitutional thing. I don't know.
So here's the
I
thing.
don't understand it. It's a phone, does the same shit.
Well, when I was a cop, though, you couldn't run a plate for no reason.
Yeah, I thought that too.
You can't run a plate for no reason. You know why?
Stalking?
Because there was a cop who his wife was cheating on him. Wasn't in Safford, it was somewhere else. And he saw her car in the hotel parking lot, and he ran the plate of the dude of the truck next to it, parked in the parking lot. And he found out the guy's address, and he went and killed the guy for having an affair with his wife.
And it wasn't his wife?
No, it was.
Oh.
He was having an affair with his wife.
Well, then where's the problem?
Well, it's against the law to kill people.
All right. That makes sense.
But he used the plate, the information off the plate, to find the guy's address and everything else. So there's a lot of information on somebody's license plate. And if you don't have a valid reason to run the plate, or at least a reasonable suspicion, it's not personal like this guy was making it, then it's okay. But I don't want AI building an algorithm around where I go.
But it does it already. I agree with all of it. I do. But it's just.
But you have to have a search warrant as a cop to get into someone's cell phone.
What was the argument they made this morning? You must have watched the same video I did. They were like, did you watch a video today?
Yes.
Yeah. And it was saying that I don't give consent. You have to have a warrant. I give consent to my phone to track me, but a cop has to have a warrant to search that phone.
Yeah.
Like he can't just, with a flock camera, there's no warrant involved. Like they're just doing it.
Isn't it also in some states where you have to have a warrant to go through the actual data of the phone?
Every city.
Like,
Every
yeah,
state.
I was gonna say in some places you have to have a warrant to be able to search through the phone just like regular, like you would like a mom looking through her son's, and then you have to have a warrant to go through like the data and have like some tech dude go in there and like look at everything.
Yes, we would have to get a warrant if we went through Verizon to get any information for anybody's cell phone.
Well, I just think that I get both sides of it. It's just too easy for someone to do that with the flock cameras. I don't know that it's very rare probably. And it is, of all the cameras, there's only been 20 reported cases of police misusing it. So it's very rare, but I don't know. And
we're back.
We worked through a little technical difficulty, but we got Ted here now. Hello, Ted.
Hello, Tanner. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
It's as another lifelong Cowboys fan, it is great to meet some more.
It's been a rough week for me, but
Dude,
my poor Lord and Savior Tony Romo's gotten touched by the devil.
Yes, he has. I think he's been touched by the devil for a while. So many of them. But who are we to judge him?
That's right.
Still the best commentator I've ever heard.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's not debatable. And one of the best quarterbacks ever to play the game, I dare say.
Yeah.
I think if he didn't have a star, if he didn't have a star on his helmet, he'd probably be looked at a whole different way.
I think you're exactly right, Tanner. And I think a lot of people have downed him, derided him, and he just put it all on the line.
Yeah, and ask J.J. Watt how good he is.
Yeah. Well, that's the one thing I've learned about this podcast is I can say he is without a doubt the greatest quarterback of all time, and he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And there's no one here to argue with me about it. So I get to hear it all week, but I mean,
I'm not going to go that far.
Troy was special.
Yeah. Troy was a winner.
Yeah.
That's doing it too. Just
Yeah.
have the same team around him or coach.
That's true. Wow, that coach had everything to do with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyway, we had some technical difficulties. So I'm gonna have to do some splicing on this podcast, but bear with us. We're still going through a speakerphone right now. Trying to get this to work, trying to work the bugs out. But I'm glad this happened so we can dive into it a little bit more. But I read Ted's bio before he jumped on, and we're excited to get to that. I love what Ted is doing. I love what you're doing, man, with the what's the club called? The Fat Boy.
It's going to be the Old Man Fat Boy Club.
Right.
Will be a YouTube channel.
I resemble that remark.
Podcast is going to be based on me. I've got some major injuries I'm getting over, getting back to being fit, and it's just going to be about my journey. If I can help other people along the way, it'd be great.
Didn't you have a major surgery recently?
I've had several. Recently, I had my knee cleaned up about 8 months ago. I've had 3 ruptured discs in my back that were fixed back in '89. I have a silicone donut in 2 of my discs instead of gel. I have a shoulder replacement, had 3 knee surgeries, recovered from everything except for an elbow reconstruction, which basically, are we good with profanity on this?
Yes, we are good with profanity.
Absolutely not. Ted, what's your problem, man?
We're explicit.
Here's what I want you to do, Ted. Act like you don't know me. Well, we don't. But tell me. I'd like to know a little bit about your where. Let's start with like your sports career. Where did you originate from? What school did you go to? Like, tell us a little bit about you, if you don't mind.
Played high school from Malakoff, Texas. We had moved there from Chicago when I was a sophomore. Coach grabbed me in the hall, said, "Get on a field," and I did.
Is this one of them big high schools? Like football high schools?
Believe it or not, I graduated with 63 people, but it was Texas ball.
Yeah.
We had a freshman team, JV, and varsity.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah, they really, it's a different story there.
What part of Texas was that?
East Texas, out by a place called Cedar Creek Lake.
Is that by Tyler at all, or anywhere close to that?
The home of Mr. Earl Campbell.
Oh yeah,
was just about 50 miles away.
There you go. I actually started playing high school football in Waxahachie, Texas. I don't know if, yeah, the Waxahachie Indians, and we weren't a small school. That was a giant school, about a quarter white. I was one of the white boys, and we had a freshman team, a JV A and B team, and a varsity A and B team. That's how big football is in Texas.
I don't think people realize that, or how big some high schools were. The big 6A schools would graduate 2,000 kids.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to do a 2-day graduation.
Oh yeah, I went to a couple of Plano football games up above in North Dallas. It's like a college game. The stadiums are huge. They hold like 50,000 people. It's insane how high school football is in Texas. Florida too, same way.
Oh, without a doubt. It was a great experience. My first college was at University of Texas at Arlington, famous for a running back named Dexter Bussey. You may have heard of. Used to play for the Lions.
Yeah.
And they actually dropped ball. We were. It was my redshirt year. I played some my freshman year. Got redshirted the next year. Turned around and we were playing hacky sack out some apartments by the stadium that a few of the players lived in. And reporters drove up and said, "What do you think? They just dropped ball." That was my Thanksgiving.
Wow.
So I ended up at Tennessee Tech after that
Right.
and had a really good career. Ended up getting moved from defensive end to tackle.
Now you're
Offensive or defensive tackle?
Offensive. I played DND tackle. Starting offensive tackle, struck out. They failed out. And then my best friend was a great guy. But if you guys remember the movie Mad Max Thunderdome,
oh yeah.
Yep.
He looked just like Master Blaster. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Well, you're not far. You're not far from that either. What you're a little guy, right? What are you, like 6'5", 6'4",
6'4".
6'4"?
Unfortunately, about 285 right now.
What was your playing weight?
My playing weight was about 310.
310. 6'4", 310.
Actually, I was 6'5" when I played. My back surgery took about 3/4 of an inch of height, and then I just lost the rest from being an old man.
Yeah, I feel that.
So yeah, it was something. You know, even more than that, it's the work I've done with kids since then in sports. I think it makes such a difference. That's why I love you guys working with wrestling and everything you do. I don't think people realize how much guidance kids need and good coaches. After that, at one point, I was in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I was the offensive coordinator for an inner city junior high.
What year? What year were you in Spartanburg?
Spartanburg?
Yeah, what years were you there?
91 through 2007.
So this is kind of a weird question. Do you remember an incident that happened in Spartanburg called the Superbike Motorsport Murders?
Yes, very well. Oh my God.
It's
amazing you remember that.
That's my cousin.
No.
Melissa
I'm
was.
so sorry.
Oh, we had a whole segment about it on, I think, our second podcast.
No, it was
Third podcast.
Yeah, our third one.
Yeah, she's actually just signed with Netflix for.
Really?
And it probably wasn't supposed to say that, but yeah, I know you guys will look at me. Yeah, and yeah, that's so crazy that Scott Ponder was his name. Yeah, and he was a motorcycle racer and then started that store there.
You know, there were two things at that time. There was that, and there was a bank robbery as well, where unfortunately people were just mowed down and they could never solve either. I'm glad they finally solved the one.
Yeah, and it was weird how they did. I don't know if you're familiar with the story, but a gal was her and her boyfriend went out there to do some work for the guy that the guy that had done the murders. It's 13 years later, and he kills him, and then he locks her in a Connex for like a month. And abused her, and they finally found her and arrested him, and then that's when he confessed to everything.
I remember a lot of that, not the details, I'm sure, like how it affected you, but it was pretty wild.
Yeah, crazy stuff, man. And that's funny that I didn't realize that you're, and I've known you for a long time. I didn't realize that.
Yes, and Spartanburg, believe it or not, had athletes. I was the offensive coordinator for a junior high. I coached against 3 guys that played pro.
Wow.
It was included a guy named, I don't know if you know, Sidney Rice.
Yeah.
Red Farm's year of Minnesota.
Mm.
They were lining that big joker up in the backfield against us. Running him down. He's also Mr. Basketball. So,
a little known fact about that area too, and I think you can fact check me on this. Isn't that where they filmed Dirty Dancing? And I know you're a movie guy.
Resort in North Carolina, I wanted to say. Yes, pretty famous.
Okay, so pretty close to there. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And speaking of that, like, you've been in a couple movies, right, Ted?
I have. When I was out there, I was in the movie Kiss the Girls and a couple other things. To tell you the truth, I cut my first commercial in college. I cut a commercial for Gold Medal Chevy on break. I got paid and paid very well. And I didn't have an ID when I went to cash it, but they had shown the commercial during the Celtics Lakers on their last series together. The last time they played for the championship, the cashier recognized me from it and cashed it.
Oh, nice.
So, but then that's actually how I ended up here. I had gotten married, opened my own gym, had given up acting, and then had a nasty public divorce. My ex-wife and I were well-known trainers. She was a bodybuilding champion in the Carolinas. And I wanted to move to LA. Car broke down in El Paso, and I have a sister here in Globe, and here I am.
So how long have you been
I
there?
was trying to get to LA.
How long have you been in Globe?
I've been in Globe now for about 19 years, and probably fixing to choose my last destination soon.
So people that don't know where Globe is between where we live and Phoenix. It's close to the halfway point between here and Phoenix. So it's about hour and 15 minutes away from where we live. It's right at the base of the Superior Mountains, basically where Miami and all that is, but it's just kind of down in the valley.
The mountains around us
Yeah,
here.
yep.
And it's of course, unfortunately, we had the horrible flood last year that we're still trying to.
I was just past the Walmart when it hit on my way to a concert, and the roads had completely like rocks, everything, and they were trying to detour us through the end of Miami, and they had us taking side streets that were not covered in rocks, and we got to the end right where the school is at the end there, and the house was built into the hill. The hill had collapsed down on top of the cars. That was the scariest. I'd say, as far as weather goes, that was the scariest time of my life. That was awful, and I wasn't even in the thick of it. We caught it right at the end.
It was here too, and of course, the videos of the propane tanks floating down the road and exploding are.
Yep, I remember seeing those.
The whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't the football team go help out with that?
Yes, I got in trouble, and the team had to go help because of me. Okay, so I'm going to give you a real quick funny story. So I can say it now. I'm not with you. So anyway, my wife at the time, she worked she would go down there, and there was an office for Freeport down there where she'd go work.
Yes.
Well, we'd started to get flooded right there, and I was trying to send her a video, but it kept saying it was too long. So I said, I'm going to make a TikTok video, and then just watch the TikTok. So I made the video. Not really paying attention to what's going around me. I'm just doing this. Well, at the last 3 seconds of the video, one of the boys I was with the football team. So one of the boys, he was looking out the window and they kept pinching his butt, and he turned around and said, touch me again and I'll rape you. So I didn't realize that was in the video. We go play the game in Chandler. I get on the bus. It's 60,000 views deep. I've got news companies asking me to use the video, and I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And then I like a couple comments down. There's a couple moms being like, what's wrong with you, coach? How dare you? And I was like, what happened? Then I listened to the video and had to take it down. But yeah, it was, we got in a lot of trouble. So our coach was like, hey, we're going to go clean up in Globe tomorrow. So the whole team had to go down and clean up and help, which was fine. It was good for him. But yeah, that was all because of me.
Uncensored. High school, teenage high school boys, uncensored.
I was like, that's probably the mildest thing that happened on that bus that day. You're in a bus full of high school football
I'm
players.
surprised the N word wasn't thrown around.
It was,
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, we went and cleaned up with that the next day.
Yeah.
Did that affect you? Did that affect you, Ted? Were you affected at all by it?
Greatly. I live up above Globe. You've been to our center before, right?
Yeah.
I can actually walk to the edge of my property and look down at it. I'm about 1,000 feet higher.
Oh, okay.
So
Right.
I live in Vertical Heights Road.
Wow.
So that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Snazzy.
Yeah. You have a cattle guard you have to cross into Canal Creek, Chick Creek, whatever you want to call it. That cattle guard was exposed 18 to 24 inches. So I was landlocked for just a little bit for a day
Oh, wow.
after that flood.
Yeah, we stopped last time we went to the valley. We stopped in Miami at this the what?
The funnel.
Oh, did you see the tornado the other day?
I did. So you can't call it a tornado because it didn't touch.
It looked pretty much like a tornado, though.
It was a funnel cloud.
It scared the shit out of me if I saw it.
Actually,
There was two of them, wasn't there?
there was just one.
Oh, I thought there was two.
Huge. We actually closed down. Everything closed down.
Yeah. And I used to live in Oklahoma, like, and you've lived back, that way, and I've been in my uncle's basement many times, waiting for a storm to pass and everything. But
It's funny you said that. I talk about this with kids. Did you guys ever do the nuclear test drill in school?
oh yeah, me and you are probably old enough to remember that, but
Yes. I don't know how old Janet is.
I just turned 34.
he's not.
Oh, dude, you were so fitting.
He's almost 50. He's almost 50. Still young.
I'll be a year. I'll be 50 next year.
Still young.
Yes. 50, 11 years ago.
Are you older than me?
I am older than you, brother.
You're a year older, huh?
Yeah.
65?
Did you guys ride horse and carriage to school?
We
How
did.
was that
We
how
did.
that worked?
We walked uphill both ways
10 fucking miles.
with cardboard shoes.
Get my reading right arithmetic.
So you mentioned bodybuilding. How long were you in that world, and can you tell us some stories about that world?
At least probably, because I continue some here with clients, close to 30 years. When my gym was Body Elite.
Oh.
Training bodybuilders and athletes. I had a really thriving business. A lot of doctors and lawyers' wives, but it was the athletes that made my name. So bodybuilding is kind of different. The dieting, of course, is very strict, very rigorous. A lot of people like it's unhealthy, and actually it's the healthiest thing you can do, except for the cutting of the carbs at times.
Right.
As far as dealing with the actual bodybuilders, that was a different story. Bodybuilding is a subjective sport, not objective. It is up to somebody's opinion. And a lot of people, when you work that hard, have a hard time accepting that they weren't the best or that somebody was better than them.
Right.
So the egos and stuff got a little old. When I first started in it, bodybuilding was making real comeback. Of course, there was no physique. There was no classic physique. But there was figure for women. And they actually had to wear 2 suits. They had to wear a 1-piece and a 2-piece. These girls were popping down $500. It was ridiculous.
Right.
Why
of
1
course,
piece and 2 piece? Oh, because this is before bikini.
Yes.
Okay.
And then once bikini came along, they dropped the 1-piece for figure as well. And bikinis become extremely muscular as well now.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So-
they're shredded, man.
Yeah.
So what year was that? What years? I mean, were you like embedded, like doing the competition scene or training in the competition arena?
From 99 to the last person I took was actually somebody from your area. It's killing me. I can't remember his name. He's going to kill me. But I took him to the Terminator, and he actually won.
Oh wow.
Somebody
Yeah.
from here?
He won light heavyweight. Actually, it was somebody who used to be, Eric knows him. He's an ex-Marine.
Ex-Marine bodybuilder.
And he was at Morenci, and I think he's at Stafford now.
Oh, Jordan.
Jordan, yes.
Jordan.
God, how can I forget
Jordan
his
who?
name?
Yeah, he. I just saw him the other day. Gave him a hug. I just saw him like in Safford at the store or something, and
Jordan who?
I forgot his last name. He's about 5'6", I would say,
Yeah, maybe a little taller,
a
but
little taller.
great kid when I trained him.
Mhm.
He was younger. He had heard about me. He would come in from Stafford. I'd help him design his workouts, train him,
Yeah,
work with him on his diet.
he's a tank.
Yes, he took to posing pretty well. I'll tell you an interesting story about Jordan. Jordan did both open and novice. So they tell him backstage, hey, go get your tan chest shot. Call out his novice class. He doesn't make the stage. I'm in the audience going fucking ballistic. I'm like, where the fuck is he? What happened? So he misses that. Comes out with his light heavyweight class. With the guy who ends up winning novice, destroys him.
So he could have won both. He would have won both. Right. Switching gears, kinda. I know that a lot of bodybuilders now are completely, well, not completely, but very transparent sometimes about steroid use.
Yes.
And you'd have to be an idiot to think that if you want to be competitive in that field, especially the bodybuilding, maybe not figure or those other, or what is it called when the men do like with the board shorts and stuff? What is that class called? Physique.
And then the physique is similar to the Arnold type of build. You have to make a certain weight at your height.
Right. How prevalent was it when you were embedded in that?
It was huge. It still is.
Yeah.
You can't, I mean, it's been since the 70s.
Right. And I know it was kind of like a dirty little secret, kind of quotation secret, because everybody knew. But what is your personal opinion about the amounts of drugs that some of these bodybuilders are
What they're
using?
doing now are crazy. And I'll tell you who told me that same thing. Lee Haney. I used to be the head trainer in the gym that Lee Haney came out of. He was from Boiling Springs, South Carolina.
One of my favorite
And of
bodybuilders.
course, yes. He opened his own gym in Atlanta. And he told me straight out, he said, Ted, they're doing so much stuff now. Nothing like when we were doing it. He said, they're killing themselves.
Do you follow Chris Bumstead at all?
I do. A little bit. I follow CBum.
Yeah. So he would just come out and say the amounts, the cycles that he was on. He would tell everybody everything, which I kind of respect him for.
Most of them do now.
Great physique, like very symmetrical physique, reminds me of Arnold a little bit. And he's very successful, obviously, Mr. Olympia physique. But he wasn't even as big as some of the guys you have now.
No.
These guys are ridiculous.
He won his last classic title. You remember he competed in a regular show and came in second.
Yeah.
In open bodybuilding.
Right. Which says something.
To make that weight was killing him.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a big dude too, isn't he? He walks around pretty big. Yeah.
So, and the ideal physique for bodybuilding is probably going to be 5'6" to 5'11".
I was gonna say, have you seen, you know who Joey Swole is?
Oh yeah, I've
He's not very
I've-
tall. I thought he was a tall guy. He's not very tall. He's a little guy. Well, he's not little, but as far as height goes, he's not very tall. I always thought he was a monster, and he is, but he's just really short. I didn't realize that.
Do you remember a bodybuilder named Gunter Slorkamp?
I don't.
Gunter was big in the 90s and early 2000s. German, huge. He was about 6'2", and that's about as big as it gets.
Yeah.
Does it stunt the growth? I mean, is there a correlation between bottom? Okay, so it's
No.
okay.
No.
I didn't know if that had anything to do with it.
When you're small, you have a good joint circumference to muscle ratio. My joints are huge. So when I was doing it, I would have really had to put on a lot of weight. But a lot of these guys have perfect ratios, and that's what makes it.
Yeah, the smaller joints lends itself to your muscles looking larger when you're on stage.
Huge.
Yeah. And like guys, like how big was Frank Zane? You remember Frank Zane back in the day?
5'6", 5'7".
Yeah, 190 pounds maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody talks about with the plastic physique. The vacuum, the Zane look, the slim waist.
Right.
The HGH has created those distended bellies.
It's horrible.
Yes. I've seen some pictures, when they're not flexing and they release and literally their belly's sticking out 3 inches past their chest.
Right.
And there's not much of fat on it.
Why is that? What does it do? You haven't figured out. I know nothing of this stuff, so
Those organs as well, too.
okay.
Yeah, and foreheads too. Yeah, I had a buddy that was doing HGH prescribed.
Yes, and it's great for anti-aging.
Well,
You just don't use the amounts that bodybuilders use.
he actually had a
2 to 3 I use instead of
Right.
12. Like
Right. and he actually had an allergic reaction to it somehow, and like stopped breathing for a little while, and they had to call the ambulance. Yeah, I won't mention his name, but that was scary, man. Like you would think that, you know, that wouldn't happen, but
You know, it's real enough as you brought that up, just to transition a little bit. Anti-aging jumps on testosterone and HGH, and now it's also including the peptides. So it's hard to judge a bodybuilder for doing it when basically there's so many men over the age of 30 that are doing it as well.
a lot of people, almost everybody I know over the, at least in my age group, you know, in 50s.
Yes.
Wasn't mine.
Yeah, that's mine. Somebody came to my door at my house.
Oh.
Since we're using the phone for the microphone. Yeah, and with my heart condition, I was told by my doctor I can't do TRT or anything like that. So
I'm not glad I do TRT. I do 250 of Test-T a week. That's it. Nothing else. And 61-year-old man, I'm very happy.
They had me on TRT for about 6 months, and then I retested, and I don't know which test got it wrong, but when they tested me the first time, because I'm a former drug addict, I'd actually watched an episode of Steve-O's podcast, and Dr. Drew was on there, and he was like, hey, you guys that are over 40 years old and you've been drug addicts your whole life, like it wouldn't hurt to get your testosterone tested. So I thought, well, why not? So I went and checked, and they tested me. I guess 300 was the low end of normal. I was at 225 on that test. So they put me on it, and then they tested me again, and I was over 600, and it had only been 6 months. So I don't know if that was normal or what, but they took me off of it. So I don't know if one of the tests was wrong, or I got it done at two different places.
You on it?
No, they took me off of it.
Did you get tested after that last test?
No, I haven't tested since.
I would be curious. It's worth checking out, Tanner, especially because they're making such inroads with it. Do you guys remember? You ever see the documentary Bigger, Faster, Stronger?
Yes.
Nope.
Yeah.
Remember the doctor on it that basically made a case that every male should be on testosterone past 40?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, that's what Dr. Drew said too, and that's what made me even think of it. I was like, well, maybe I should get it tested.
So, and it does make a difference.
Do you follow Gary Brecka at all?
No.
Gary Brecka is he's the one that Dana White went to, the president of the UFC. He went to, and he does all kinds of therapy supplements and stuff like that, and then the red light therapy and cold plunges and things like that. But and how to put these supplements together, and even so far as like hydrogen water and things like. Well, what do you think of that as far as the natural way to go about it?
I'm a big believer in anything that works for you. Basically, I use a cold plunge. I have a sauna I need to set up. I use a hot tub. I'm a big believer in whatever you can.
What are your thoughts on GLP-1s?
For them, actually, believe it or not, I've seen a lot of people have success with them.
Well, I did.
There's 3 different types.
Yeah, I did. First, I was at about 255, and I resembled a 9-month pregnant lady.
When was that?
I'll show you pictures. But anyway, this was probably 2 years ago, and me and my wife did keto, and I did keto very successfully for about 10 months, and I lost 55 pounds. We went on vacation for a week and a half, and I went into all these restaurants, and I dropped it, and I started putting my back on. Then I got on Wegovy, and it just kept making me sick. Then they switched me to Zepbound, and it's worked really well for me. Zepbound has, but now I'm off insurance, so I've been taking the just trizepatide. Like we make our own mixture, and I just do a shot a week. But it's
So you're doing the Tetra.
yeah, it's worked very good. Like
I think that's great. The biggest thing is you have to maintain a diet, and you have to eat enough.
yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that. But I had a friend, he kept hovering around 400 pounds, and I was like, dude, get on the shot. And he just wouldn't do it. And then he finally got on row, and it's amazing what it's done for him. He's lost 60 pounds.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law got on semaglutide and dropped 80. He dropped from 305 to like 225.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I do believe it works. The other thing is, like you find out with keto, is you have to stick to some type of a healthy eating plan.
Yeah.
And that's where most people mess up.
Yeah. I definitely to have a little better diet. I get lazy and go to work and order fast food or just stuff like that instead of making myself something for lunch and taking it with me. So
And that's tough. I even have to do it too. I'm not gonna lie to you. About 6 to 8 months ago, my health was declining. I didn't care. I was just eating whatever I wanted. Got up to about 305, and just realized I had to get back on it. And part of getting back on it was the meal prep. And this is a tough thing for a lot of people to do. You can't eat healthy with fast food, but it is very tough.
yeah. I found out.
And also it'd be kind of expensive, but like
Yeah.
they have the salads that you can do there. You just go to the salad bar, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big box, and you're gonna go full.
Yeah, I asked Tanner the other day how he feels being on the shot. And he said like crap.
Yeah. No, the Wegovy really just made me hurt.
Didn't it, Tanner?
Oh God, it was awful. It was like, it always kind of hurt a little bit, but like one day a week, I would just feel like I was dying. And I just thought, this is just what it is. But when I switched to the Zepbound, it wasn't as bad. And then this stuff that we're mixing now, it actually almost, I don't know, it seems like it works a little better, but I haven't had the stomach pains. It hasn't come yet. But we also mixed it with a...
P2, and I'm sorry.
No, and I was going to say there's another, I'll have to go grab the bottle. There's another one that I'm taking with it that it's probably, anyway, it makes your brain think that you're not hungry. I can't remember what it's called. It's COG something or I don't know, something like that. But I mixed the two, and I haven't had any of the stomach pains with them.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
I first became familiar with it before it became huge. My sister in Texas got on Ozempic. She's type 1 diabetic. And she had lost a ton of weight. And I was like, Kelly, what? I'm so proud of you. And she goes, I can't take credit. It's the shot they gave me for my diabetes. But she would take it, and she would have no appetite for 2 days. And she kept regurgitating. She had a little acid reflux. Mm-hmm. She spit into a little bottle, embarrassed. But I'm like, it is what it is. The shot was great for her as far as being a diabetic.
Yeah.
Well, took weight off her to the point where she got the flu, wouldn't eat, and did have to be hospitalized for a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it was designed for, right? It's for diabetic type thing. Yeah.
There's two. Don't lie to you. The GLP-3, let me pronounce this correctly, Rituximab.
Yeah.
Is probably the best one.
Really?
Yes. Well, you're on a good one too. The biggest thing is use it if it works. Stick to your meal plan. And if you get off the meal plan, just get back on. Don't beat yourself up. Don't say it's going to be next Monday, because next Monday is going to turn into next month.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's what I did with the keto. I kept saying, oh, I'm okay. This week we're going to go on vacation. And then when I got back, I said, oh, well, I'll just start again. And I just never started again.
Vacation's always the diet killer every single time.
Big riddle at work the other day. I think I'm...
Dory's been doing, you're doing 75 medium, right? Something like that. Yeah, she's been doing good. I need to do good.
Tanner, I'm not horribly upset that you got off the keto.
Yeah.
Keto you have to be careful with, because when you cut those carbs completely, your body's at some point going to start storing fat at a threefold.
Oh, really?
And the reason it does is carbs are your main source of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So your body thinks you're starving it, which is how keto works in the beginning. But the idea behind ketosis is the breakdown of muscle for energy. And what happens is you get the metallic taste in your mouth and the ketones. So it's showing up on the scale because you're losing muscle as well as fat. The problem is, if I have this much muscle, it takes this much fat to equal the same amount of weight because of the difference in mass and density. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Fat is just a wall of water molecules that your body sticks extra energy sources in.
Well, actually, I think it was Eric. You did. It might have been you that showed me. When I lost my first 5 pounds, I was like, "Wow, I really lost 5." Was it you that showed me what 5 pounds looks like in fat?
5 pounds of fat is a lot of fat.
Yeah, I was like, "Holy shit!" I didn't
Yeah, it's a
know.
lot. So keto would be a little misleading because you're losing muscle and fat.
Uh-huh.
I like more finding a metabolic rate, finding what your activity level is, and then designing a diet around that, but never completely cutting carbs.
Ted, what about the argument out there? You'll get these carnivore proponents saying that your body, your liver produces enough glycogen for energy and things like that. I'm sure you've gone down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, and carnivore is a little the same. It's very similar to keto because in carnivore you're doing high fat, but you're cutting a lot of things. I had a friend do it. He did really well with it, but then he got off it and gained a little weight back, and now he just got smart. Lower carb, probably was around 80 to 90 a day, keeping around 200 to 220 in protein, and just using his fat to round out the rest of his calories.
Right.
And it's worked remarkably. He's leaner than he's ever been.
Yeah. And that's how you're familiar. You've met my daughter, Raylan.
Yes.
And that's what she's done for years is just RP. I don't know if you're familiar with RP strength, the Renaissance periodization. And it's all about ratios like macros.
Yes.
So that seems to be the most sustainable thing to do.
With most of my clients, what I would do is put them pretty much around 35 to 40 protein. We're talking percentages here, macros.
Right.
So out of their calories, 35 to 40% would be protein. Another 30% in carbs. And then that last bit in fat. You have to remember, too, it's not as many grams of fat as you think.
Yeah.
Fat has 9 calories per gram.
Yeah. And then
Where
carbs and
protein
protein
is
are
4.
four. Yeah. That's more than twice as many calories as protein and carbohydrates.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because, fat is designed as an extra fuel source. So that's why it's so high caloric.
Right. And so when you're when are you going to have your first episode? I know you're gearing up for it.
Hopefully about 10 days.
About 10 days. Are you going to do you have any kind of resources online, or do you have any way, are you still training people? Are you still taking clients?
I am not taking clients per se in the gym. I'm just working the 9 to 5.
Right.
But I am looking at extending my presence onto the internet.
Okay. Doing like nutrition
Yeah.
counseling and training and stuff like that.
Pretty much have to.
Yeah.
I'm a CPT. I might as well use it for something.
Sure. Yeah. I get that. Let's talk about I want to talk about your college football days a little bit.
Sure.
Did you play all 4 years at Tennessee Tech?
I did not. I played like I said, I played 2 years at Texas Arlington, 3 years at Tennessee Tech.
Oh, okay.
My junior year, which was supposed to be my breakout year, that summer I was thankfully in 225 for reps, which was light. Felt something pop. It was one disc. They pushed me to go through fall camp, put me on the cover of the ticket guide. And they were putting mustard plasters on my back. I was seeing orthopedics and they couldn't tell me what was wrong. I went to they finally got me an MRI. At that time, back in 88, there were 2 MRI machines in Tennessee. One at Vanderbilt in Nashville and one at the University of Tennessee. I'll never forget, I saw a neurosurgeon. And I think you guys can relate to this. I had put a lot into ball. My parents never saw me play a game. I was on my own. And it was everything to me. It got me into college. It did everything for me. And this neurosurgeon walks in after the MRI from, hey, it's just weak back muscles or you got this. He walks in after the MRI and goes, You'll never play football again. And I stood up and said, fuck you. And the trainers had to get in between us because I was about to lose it.
Right.
I'm like, calm down, calm down. And the reality was, I've ruptured 3 discs. The gel into them had completely dissipated. And the surgeon was a genius. He went in, I got a silicone donut into my discs. But I remember him checking me afterwards. And I was in the hospital a long time. I was in the hospital 3 weeks for the surgery and my recovery. And the wound was still losing. I said, this is still losing. Shouldn't we keep it covered? He said, no. I got post-op staph infection. At this point, I had dropped from 310 to 240 for the surgery. After the post-op, I dropped to 225. I don't think I weighed that since high school. And I was like, looking at the worst point of my life. In this office with this neurosurgeon were two neurosurgeons who were twin brothers from Vanderbilt that played ball. This dude, when I went in for the staff, one of them was on call. He walked in. He could see how down I was. He said, Ted, you can do whatever you want. If you want to play ball, you can play ball. And I put him a lot because he got me back on my feet. I actually came back and played my senior year. Wasn't the same. I got back up to 280. But I remember our trainer said it was the worst injury he'd ever seen somebody come back from.
Yeah.
I wanted to prove that first doctor wrong.
Hell yeah. It's all it takes is one person telling you can't do something, man.
Yes.
A lot of good has come out of that, and I'm happy that he was wrong. You know what I mean?
He was, and I think it's just it's everything with doctors. It depends on not just their knowledge, which can be vast or shitty, but their attitude and the motivation that they give you. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, I deal with doctors all the time, man.
The best man you ever seen. This guy, he was all about, hey, let's be positive. Let's make this happen for you. Calm down.
Right. Yeah, and I can speak to that a little bit too, as far as like you had it was a lumbar that you had issues with, lumbar back.
Ruptured L4, L5, L5, S1, S1, S2.
Oh, okay.
I had another one they didn't catch at T12, L1.
Yeah, and mine was the other end. Mine was all cervical stuff.
I know you had some major neck surgery.
Yeah, I've had a couple of neck surgeries and continue to abuse my body.
Yeah, but didn't you do that carrying milk out of the fridge or something?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Your story's not near as cool as Ted, so don't even try.
Actually, Tanner, I think I injured it the first time. I boxed and everything. I think I injured it the first time boxing because I couldn't turn my head for like 2 weeks. And it was
Hey, I know we've asked before, but what was your MMA record?
0-1.
Okay, carry on.
You are freaking raw. And hey, it's kind of like bodybuilding. He stepped in that ring, though.
Right. He did. I didn't. My record is 0. I'm undefeated, but that's only because
what's your record, Johnny?
Undefeated. Undefeated. Yeah, our records are better over here, Eric. Sorry.
So
anyway, baseball was the best thing of my life. I've had a lot of people ask me, would you do it again with the injuries? In a heartbeat. The teammates I made, the bonds I made for life, you can't beat that.
yeah, and I'm trying to have that conversation with my youngest right now. He announced that he's going to be his freshman year. He's announced that he's not playing football. He's wrestling year round. And I even had another conversation with him last night. He's sitting on the couch with me, and I said, he's talking about everybody posting stuff about football starting and everything, all his friends. And I'm all, you got FOMO, man? He's all, nah, I don't. But I think he's going to be, like, as the couple years goes by in high school, he might change his mind. Who knows? We'll see. Hopefully, because I had some of my best memories are high school football.
Yeah, I did the same thing my freshman year, and then I think it was the third game I went to a game, and I said, I can't do this. And I went and asked, and I don't know why. I can't remember why I didn't want to play my freshman year, but it took all of just watching 2 games. By the 3rd game, I said, I can't sit out any longer.
Yeah. Guess what position Tanner played, Ted?
Quarterback.
He was
Oh,
he was quarterback.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep. No, I was.
He was actually a really good quarterback.
There's stories about me. There's school records out there. I still hold the. In fact, it was against Globe. We were beating the heck out of Globe. It was the final game of the season. We're beating them, and we put in our 3rd string. Globe says they're going to do the same thing, and they pull a quick one when they get down to the end zone, and threw in their 1st string on our 3rd string. And we're like, and my coach was like, it was Rich DeRitter said, "Go out there, go." So that their little quarterback went back and rolled out, and he threw a Hail Mary from the 10-yard line. I caught it 3 yards deep, and I scored a touchdown. So I ran 103 yards. And I don't care if it's in the books or not. It's a school record, and it still stands.
I think someone will argue with you about that. Someone
I don't care.
we know
I
well.
argued with you. His was 102 yards.
2007, 2008.
Oh, it was 94.
Oh, they actually had some teams after that.
Yeah.
They had some good teams.
Yeah, so we that was about the end of it for Stafford. I think probably after my senior year, maybe the next 2 years after that, it was. We got a good coach this year, so our coach this year is pretty tough. We got a guy that took. He's from. It's funny because he's from Texas,
Yeah.
and he played for the Blue and White Bulldogs. I mean, he coached down there, so he's already got all the gear. But then he went to Wickenburg, took a 0-win team to the playoffs in 2 years, and now he's down here coaching. And this dude knows ball. He's got. I mean, I showed Eric. We have every 15 minutes blocked off of what's happening, and he's to the minute at practice. Like, he's got these kids disciplined. He knows what he's talking about. I guess the coach before was getting all his plays from Madden. So, yeah, he was pulling.
You're freaking kidding me.
Nope. That's what I didn't see it myself, but that's what I was told, is that he was getting his plays from Madden. But, yeah, this coach that's here this year, and he brought his defensive coordinator, Coach Crossland, over from Wickenburg. And so I think we're going to have a good team in the next couple of years.
I hope so, man.
I do too.
If you get somebody in with discipline and who can bring the proper foundation, you can build. And I think that's great as long as the community is patient and realizes it's not going to be overnight.
Yeah.
However, coaching these kids sometimes, they do expect overnight. And I don't want to make any judgments on their generation because people made the same judgments about my generation and before that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm questioning how hard some of these kids want to work sometimes.
Yeah.
And they expect instant gratification, and it takes work.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had 3-a-days in the Texas Sun in high school. We had a morning practice, a kicking practice, and an evening practice. We had a hose that was nailed to an old sawhorse and rusty nails, and it was the best freaking water I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, they let you have water in practice?
Yeah, they take that hose, nail it, poke holes in it. You never seen so many boys leaning over a hose sucking up.
Yeah.
When I was in 7th, 8th grade in Oklahoma, they gave us salt pills. They wouldn't even let us have water.
Jesus.
Don't do that anymore.
Yeah. And then a couple kids died, and they changed that. So.
Yeah. No. And I was gonna say the best thing about our coach here is that the kids like him, even though he's hard on them. But I haven't heard any of our kids say they don't like him or they don't like playing for him. So I hope he's building the culture here. That's the hope, and I think he can do it. So
Well, one of the
Both of you guys have probably do it as well, coaching. If you give them some discipline, if you deal with them straight up, kids respond great.
Oh yeah, and even kids nowadays, like you were saying, I have hope for this generation coming up. I see my son and his friends, and I coached middle school ball last year, and man, there's some good kids, man, and they want the discipline, they want the structure, they want the tradition, they crave that, and so I do have hope, man. I know a lot of people having negative comments about the upcoming generation, but I have hope.
Yeah, and that's why, as I was saying that, I wanted to temper it a little bit. You know, there's always going to be the kids who don't want to lift, just want to come out and think they're a stud. But there's also those kids who want to work. Now, your son, Eric, plays the toughest sport there is.
Yeah.
There is nothing like wrestling.
Yep.
It is an individual sport, mano a mano, and the training is brutal.
I always say if you lose by yourself in your underwear. So it sucks.
So when you look at your son's an excellent wrestler, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting there, man. We went to New Mexico last weekend and he did so good. I'm so proud of him. He's worked so hard. He went 3-0 in a duels and it was worth the 8-hour trip,
Let him see how he feels about ball. He may end up missing it, like you said. He may just wrestle year round and get a scholarship.
Yeah, our screen's frozen, but let me see.
It's not frozen on.
It's not frozen on that.
That's all that matters. This is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we've asked quite yet. Tell us about the Fat Boy Club or whatever it is.
Old Man Fat Boy.
Old Man Fat Boy Club.
Yeah. I want to hear about
It's
it.
just going to be a workout YouTube channel I'm going to create. Little different than Human Under Construction. It's just something I thought of. I've gotten some buddies up here to do it. I have a whole pad out here. But I do like hit a bag for 30 seconds, rope for 30 seconds, ride a bike for 30 seconds, 30 seconds of incline press, rotating through. And I thought, let's see if we can put something together that anybody can do, whether they're at home or in a gym. So I'm going to try, as a secondary to Human Under Construction, run something like this to give people, just a chance to see different workouts. There's so many influences out there. Hey, this is how you do it. Don't do it this way. You got to do it my way. And I would just like to show that, no, you do what works for you and you put it together.
Ted,
And that's the idea behind Old Man Fat Boy Club. I originally was going to call my podcast that, but some people pointed out to me I would probably be losing a little bit of audience.
you're gonna get canceled.
Fat boy or a man to follow these YouTubers.
No, it's like one of our sponsors, Bad Mom Energy. You don't have to be a bad mom to drink their drinks.
Exactly.
But you can follow these workouts.
So I don't
You know,
have
in
an
the
address. No. Okay.
Well, when I'm lifting, I'm the guy that's going to be in there go, come on, fat boy. And that's where it came from.
Right.
I'm going to call myself fat boy all day long. And I was doing these circuits out here with a buddy who was getting ready for the big jiu-jitsu tournament in San Diego. And we were doing it. And it just came to me. I said, we're the Old Man Fat Boy Club. And I thought, what a great name.
I love it.
When I had my gym, like you say, you have a personal mantra when you're working out to keep you going and everything. Like you said, come on, fat boy. But mine was DBAT. I would just tell myself, don't be a pussy. Like I'm probably going to offend some people with that comment, but I went as far as to write big giant red letters, paint big giant red letters on the gym wall, DBAP.
It is in our shed gym as well.
Yeah. And
I love it.
and it was just for me. It was just for me, man. And I got tired of writing it on the whiteboard, so I just painted on the wall. And I lost 2 clients, but they didn't need to be there anyway. If they can't.
No, if they can't take that, then fuck them.
Yeah. Basically, that's what happened.
It's your gym.
Yeah, it's my gym. I can write anything I want on the wall.
I did enjoy having my own gym. It was a lot of fun. Making sure it was staffed on weekends when I was gone, especially after I was getting divorced and dating, was sometimes a little. But yeah.
What? How long were you married?
We lived together for 4 and we're married for 4.
Okay, so pretty significant relationship then.
Yes, and unfortunately, she brought the greatest thing in my life, which was my son, who entered my life when he was 5. But she was something else.
How old is he now?
He is 35.
35. Is he still back in North Carolina?
No, he has moved around quite a bit. He graduated from South Carolina and he was in San Diego for a while. We I'd take him there every summer when he'd come visit me here, and he fell in love with it. He was out there for about 5 years, and then he joined up with a company called Aided that does dental websites. He became their vice president of sales. Next thing I know, he and his new wife are taking trips to Italy.
Oh, nice. Not taking dad to Italy.
No, so this is funny. You guys will love this because you're Cowboy fans. He got married last October in Cabo, to a very exclusive resort. He couldn't get married till Sunday because Saturday an ex-Dallas Cowboy was there getting married.
Who was it?
And a ton of ex-Cowboys were there, including Tyrone Smith.
Oh, nice.
And Tyrone had dropped down to 275 and looked good.
Yeah, he's not playing anymore, right?
Everybody was coming up trying to talk to him.
Is he not playing anymore?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think he's officially retired, but he's not playing. I don't think he's put in his retirement paperwork.
That is one of the most intimidating men I've ever seen in my life, man.
He handled himself with such class because, just people were all over him.
Oh, yeah.
There was several ex-Cowboys there.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah. You probably won't live a normal life.
No.
It's all right, though.
Even that from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a great tackle, probably a great dude. He handled it well. He handled it with grace. I have been around people that have it. I was on set with Kiss the Girls across from Morgan Freeman for 3 weeks. You want to talk about a classy actor?
Oh, yeah. I love it.
I played a body double for a guy who was the FBI agent, in Kiss the Girls.
So
he was an ass.
Who?
He got there. He was my size.
Morgan was?
No, the other guy.
Oh.
He goes, his name was J.O. Craig. And I'm just going to call it out. He was like, I benched 250 the other day in the gym. And, for us, Eric knows this. I'm just like, he goes, what about you? I go, I did a few reps at 315, nothing heavy. And he just, shook his head down. Wouldn't talk to me the rest of the time. And I was his buddy, And Morgan Freeman, however, was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Treated everybody great. Sat across from him for literally 3 weeks. At one point, we were doing a scene in what should have been a police precinct. And this is embarrassing for me. The director goes, Ted, we need you to get up and walk over there and make this shadow presence. And Morgan looked at me and goes, do you think you can do that? And I go, Mr. Freeman, did you not see this S on my chest? I can said that to Morgan Freeman.
What did he say? Did he respond to that?
Really invested how he handled himself. I did a commercial, believe it or not, it's a Dutch commercial. I'll send it to you on YouTube with Steven Seagal when I was acting here in Arizona.
No way.
And we haven't talked about that a lot. Yeah, I did. When I moved out here, I did a good act out of Phoenix when I first got here.
Right.
I had a NASCAR commercial that went national. I did a movie called Jake's Corner with Danny Trejo and Kevin Dyson.
What is it called?
Jake's Corner. I am the first 10 minutes. It's on YouTube, and you can see it. And I play Stan, the asshole biker on steroids from Scottsdale.
Nice.
I had just moved here. At that point, I was 41, 42, 270, and 6-7% body fat.
Wow.
I think it's been a long time.
So typecasting.
Opportunity.
Are you still writing?
I still do write. What about you?
I just completed a short film that I want to. I'll send it to you. It's called The Canyon. Yeah, I need a couple of actors. I got a cinematographer lined up, or at least a camera guy lined up to film, but it's hard to find actors. Yeah.
People will watch shitty film They will not watch it if it sounds bad.
Yeah, his name's Valho. He works out here in the mine, but he's a great videographer, photographer. He's got all the equipment, all the toys. And he already said he would commit to it and everything. And it'd probably be a few days to shoot, but it's 21 minutes of screen time.
Oh, wow.
So
More than just a short.
yeah, it's not bad. I'll send you the script and you can
I'd love to look at it.
tear it apart. Give me some notes.
But I'm hoping with the podcast and doing some blogging and everything, I can get back into writing. I have some things I'd like to do.
Yeah, just got to sit your ass in the chair, man.
Dude, it's tough.
I know.
Especially when you're working at 9 to 5.
Oh yeah, it's sitting in the chair is the hardest part.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have anything else, Ted?
I don't.
And it's good to talk to you, Ted. We
It was great talking to you, Joe. I wish much luck. Love the cop and the con, the t-shirts, the poster behind you, all of it.
Yeah, we just got these T-shirts today, so we won.
Looking real good.
I got some arms in this shirt. I'm loving the shirt. So
He got the one with the extra tiny sleeves. He got the little sleeve.
I will leave you guys with this. I think as we get older, the decisions we make affect us greatly. We can either be healthy or you can eat like shit and think you're happy and take future years off your life.
Yeah.
So in talking about this and not to get a little off track, we're at that age, especially me and Eric, where the more we can do for ourselves, the better it's going to be. And you're in your 40s, Tanner.
yeah,
Now's the time because it gets harder and harder as you get older.
yeah,
Yeah.
To make those changes in your life like you're doing, to get on that healthy meal plan will make you so happy later on.
yeah,
People don't realize if you're morbidly obese, it's not the 9 years you lose off your life chronologically. It's the 25, 30 years of health problems you have before that.
Oh yeah.
And you're eliminating those.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Amen. Yep.
so true.
Well, gentlemen, I will probably have you on my own podcast, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, we love
Eric,
it.
I know I'm going to have you talking to people about recovering from injuries at our age. Join some old ball player friends of mine,
Yeah.
and we can talk about some major issues. I might even have Tanner on there to tell some stories about you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll tell you the truth. He can tell you whatever he wants. I'll come and fact check his ass. Yeah.
So, if you want to say, guys, I hope you take this to the limit. Do not stop. It's a very interesting thing you're doing.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate that.
We appreciate it. And we
Yep.
appreciate you coming on, being our first guest, and that nobody can ever take that away from us, man. You're our first
Yeah.
guest.
The one, the cherry.
That's right. I think Tanner's grew back.
Yeah.
Oh my. Perfect.
You want to see it?
Love it. So, all right, guys.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks.
Bye. Oh, what'd you think? I liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah. First guest
Ready?
and action. Okay.
For first guess, I'm feeling pretty inspired.
I enjoyed having him on. It
I
was,
need to get my shit together.
I was worried there was going to be a little bit less for me to talk about with him, but he was very interesting, and I enjoyed that.
Good. Yeah, Tanner was kind of worried about it.
A lot of information too.
He just had a lot of stuff that I'm not, that's not my. There's a lot of stuff that that I do, but there's not a lot of stuff that you do that I know. Does that make sense? Like the fighting world and stuff like that, I don't know as much about,
gotcha.
and like weightlifting, and like I've never been in that world, so there's just things like that you do that I don't know, like with paranormal and movies and all that kind of stuff. You know how to that's my. So I was worried, but it actually turned out good. I enjoyed it. I had a good time with him. He made it very interesting, and he had a lot of good information, cool stories. Like I enjoyed that. I really
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, Ted's a really good dude.
I just think just as a podcast goes on, you guys are just gonna discover even more about the likes and dislikes of each other's interests and stuff.
I think I was worried that if I did flex though like that, I was going to scare the shit out of him because I'm twice his size. So,
Yeah, he's a little guy.
yeah, probably makes sense. So sorry, Ted.
Yeah. My bad, Ted. Please come back.
Please don't. Well, I won't do it again.
Did you research anything this week?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I think
You told me what
I
your-
did, but I
you
think that
told
was
me
the story, wasn't
what
it?
your topic was.
That was the story I told, though, wasn't it? Was it?
The
Let
marijuana?
me find Dory's text.
Well, I mean, it's along the lines, but it wasn't exactly what you were going to talk about.
I gotta remember what I texted you, and I can't find your freaking text.
What do you mean? You sent
Um,
it to me like a day ago.
yeah, I know. I've had like 400 texts since then.
Oh, yeah, popular guy over here.
Uh, there's.
Itchy.
I just wanted to point out while we were having the technical difficulties with Mr. Ted, we got our drinks from Bad Mom Energy. She came and dropped them off to us today. Eric has the mermaid water.
Yep.
Tanner had Sunset Tantrum, which he finished in like 5 minutes. And I've been sipping on my drama starter over here, which is a, I don't know what it's made out of, but it's delicious.
I was gonna do that earlier. I was say what look it up, but I forgot. So my bad mom energy lady Amber.
That's what I'm here for.
So I was gonna look up and see what I did research a little bit, but the one I wanted to do I'm probably gonna save for next week because it's a little extensive. I recently watched. I'll just tell you what it's because I don't care if you know about it or not. It's about the Temple of Kailasa.
Sounds like
So it's super.
You know what's funny?
sounds like ancient Egypt stuff. Me.
Is that the one I sent you?
No, I wanted to talk about ancient Egypt.
Yeah. So
Is that in Egypt?
no, the temple. So let me read you a brief explanation of what the. So the Temple Kailasa is in the Maharashtra, India, is one of the most astonishing achievements in human architectural history. It was dedicated to the Hindu deity Lord Shiva. It's to me, it's proof that there was aliens. Proof. They did I watched a video. So they carved this huge temple out of this granite wall to perfection. It's so detailed. It's beautiful. You can probably look it up on there. Look up Temple Kailasha so people can see. Let me tell you how to spell it so it'll pull up on the screen here. So it's called Temple and it's Kail.
Hold on, he's not there yet.
I forgot. Does he have his glasses? The old fuck.
Well, I'm trying to.
He doesn't have.
He already forgot how to
It's
do
not
it.
getting the screen sharing thing.
Oh, it's because we're probably still in the live screen.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Let me exit out of this.
No, not that one. That one has nothing to do with it. That's just merely, this is just your screen.
You can't add a new tab up there.
Ooh, no, it won't show. It won't show on there. But anyway, so the thing is they went and tried to replicate how to, I think it's because you're up there. See where it says live stream up at the top there, Eric?
Yeah.
So I think you're still in the live stream. So anyway, no, never mind. But anyway, we can do that.
Yeah, we can live stream.
So when we get 60 days, we can do.
We can do it on YouTube right now.
Huh. Well, anyway, they tried to replicate it with normal, everyday.
Here, I got it.
Yeah. So they had to do everyday. What's it called?
What's it called again?
Equipment. Temple. KAILASA.
I totally would have butchered the spelling for that if this was me.
So we want images of it. I'll show you what it looks like. That brought up. Why did
Okay.
it bring up Egyptian temples?
See?
Because that's my
You messed up.
because that's my thing.
But
Temple
it's Kailasa anyway. KAILASA. ILASA. Now, okay, see that temple right there, guys? Okay, those walls and that rock and everything is like if they would have tried to replicate this with modern day equipment, There's just no explanation for it. There's no reason. They've tried to. It's monolithic construction. It's unlike any traditional building assembled from stone blocks. Kailasa is a monolith carved entirely from a single continuous basalt rock face in the Sayadri Hills. So they, I'd have to look at the video on it again, but they can't replicate it even with modern day equipment. It would take them, I can't remember, some unreasonable amount of years to replicate what they did. And it was one thing. Like if they messed up, I mean, they did it all at once. But there's carvings in there of I can't remember if it was, they called them sky gods or anything. But there's like, they say that it had to have been done with laser construction. Like they've showed laser being able to do it, but apparently, obviously they didn't have lasers back then.
That we know of.
That we know of. Like that. I mean, it's carved. So look at how tall that stands right there. You're telling me? Well, I know I can't remember. They went from the top down. That's right. They went from the top down. Like
But to still get yourself up there.
But do you know how many people they would have had to do that with? How many people that would have taken? And how all of those people, every person that worked on that was able to carve perfectly. How?
Yeah, that's...
Like that right there makes me, that one temple right there makes me just like, blows me away. How could they have done this without help?
I think you're showing the other tab. They're not looking at this tab.
No, they're looking at this tab. Aren't they?
No.
No, they're looking on the AI one, the other tab.
Yeah, there we
Is there
go.
any way to switch the screen over?
That's the one they're looking at.
Share this tab instead at the top.
Yep, right up there. Share this tab instead. There you go.
Yeah.
So there's the temple right there, guys. So when you look at that, you got to figure how old that is. Like it's unbelievable, and they carved it all at once from the top down into this rock.
What I wouldn't give to go on a tour of that. And
Yeah,
just
and
go
it's
to-
and there's
go see
rooms.
it in real life.
Like they're carved inside the actual inside. Like it's unbelievable. And they went in. So they had ideas of how they might have done it, but there's corridors and stuff in here that are only barely big enough. Like you couldn't swing a pickaxe in there. Like it's not big enough in some of these rooms to where you could have used something to actually carve out all of these rooms.
I know, like in Greece and stuff, they used to use a chisel and a stone or like a hammer.
Yeah, they'd have,
basically.
but Jesus, could you?
Even
They'd still be making that.
That would take so long for. I'm assuming these quarters go pretty long too on the inside.
Is there anything like alignment wise or secrets inside of it, or is it just the difficulty of what it would take to carve this?
Well, there were certain carvings and stuff on the wall that made. I can't remember what you'd have. I completely lost it when I figured. I didn't go too deep into it, but I was just blown away by what, like, I don't know.
Do you know who Graham Hancock is? So Graham Hancock has a Netflix show, 2 seasons, called Ancient Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes to these places like this that are unexplainable. And each episode he talks about a different one. I caught a clip of him in one of my shorts on social media talking to a guy on a podcast about the Great Pyramid in Giza. And the Great Pyramid in Giza, there's all kinds of speculation about the pyramids. Mm-hmm. But the Great Pyramid in Giza is... let's see. It's 430 feet tall.
Share that tab.
So,
well, it's I can't remember. There's more to it than like it's perfect.
146 meters. So it's actually 8-sided. Did you realize that?
Mm-mm.
That the pyramid is 8-sided. It's concave. So if you look at that,
oh, it's showing the right one. Okay, never mind.
it's concave, And so each side, you think there's 4 sides, each side is 2-sided. So it kind of bends in a little bit. If you were to fly over it with an airplane, you could see that it's 8-sided instead of 4-sided.
It's like a star from the top.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But you can't really tell when you're looking at it from the ground. But that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand. And what's weird is the height of the Great Pyramid is they use a thing called the 1 to 43,200 ratio.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes, I was thinking of that.
And if you on that ratio, if you take 43,200 and I think multiply it or divide it by the height of the pyramid, you get the exact polar radius from pole to pole of the Earth. The measurement.
6,335 kilometer.
Yes.
Have you seen the recent findings of the pyramids? Well, what they've found through sonar and stuff.
Oh, like underneath?
That it goes 2 miles down,
Yeah.
and they think that there's chambers down there 2
Right.
miles beneath.
Exactly.
And they think they used electricity, like the pyramids might have.
Or vibration technology you're talking about. But that's not what makes this, like, as far as like the measuring the how it equates to the polar radius. Also, if you take the circumference or the measurement around the base of the pyramid, multiply that by 43,200, you get the equatorial circumference of the Earth as well.
You know what? And do you know what happens if you divide that down by 2 even further? You know what you get? This dick.
I fell for it. But
I love it.
It all relates to the number 72.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a certain number that is relative, like
Yes,
throughout,
and it's called the
wobble rate.
The wobble rate, or the what's it called? The precession. That's what it's called. So every 72 years, the Earth has a precession of 1 degree, and it changes 1 degree in its wobble. And all these numbers coincide with that. So what Graham Hancock's theory is the Egyptians did not build the pyramid, that they were built way before that, which there's a lot of evidence to say that they were built way before that. And so when was the Egyptian age? 2,500 BC.
I'm looking it up right now.
4,000 or 5,000 years ago. But he's saying that the pyramids are much older than that. There's also a guy, I forgot his name. Look up Magical Egypt. His name is John. There I go with the Johns again.
Yeah, make sure his name is John.
Make sure his name's John.
The era of the ancient Egyptian pyramids is known primarily as the Old Kingdom of Egypt and is often called, quote, Age of the Pyramids. Scholars and scientists think the major pyramids were built roughly 4,500 years ago between 2,600...
4,500 years.
Yeah, 4,500 years between 2680 BCE and 2,500 BCE.
Okay, what Hancock is theorizing is that they're way older than that, and they were created by maybe aliens or maybe an advanced civilization that had that technology that was wiped off the face of the earth by meteors.
Do you want
or
to know?
something.
Do you want to know for real? So I'm gonna blow your minds real quick. So let's just say this. Let's just say before everything, there was an advanced civilization. They created an AI. The AI and the humans thought that they perfected the AI. The AI in turn perfected itself, took over, wiped out all civilization as we know it, left itself to nothing, and now we're starting back over. What if this is just a repeating cycle?
Yeah, could be.
Well, isn't it?
And AI just repeats itself till it takes over, demolishes everything, starts over.
I mean, it's not along the same lines. I could be wrong, but there is a theory floating around out there that the Earth cleanses itself once every, so billion years,
In the
and
multiples of 72.
wipes out everything and completely restarts. So, I mean, there could be an advanced civilization
Well, that would explain like all these lasers and things that we don't think happened, but how did they happen?
It could just all be under the ocean, and we don't know because of the Earth and the way it wobbles and it rotates. The sea can take over anything. They just found
Right.
another continent under the sea just a couple months ago. So yeah,
What?
I
you
hadn't
didn't know
heard
about that? You guys didn't know about that? So there is a hold on. Let me get the name of it.
While she's finding that, I want to talk about John Anthony West, Magical Egypt. He's dead now, but he did a whole series that you can. I think it's on TV somewhere, but you can find. It's everything is videoed. But he was talking about the Sphinx, and you can kind of see that video of the Sphinx right there, and how the Sphinx head is way smaller than the rest of the body. So he thinks the head was added by the Egyptians or carved down from the original head, which might have been a dog or something like that. But they took samples from the material that the Sphinx is made of. And the samples that they took obviously were ancient, right? They were 200,000-year-old rock from the surrounding mountains. So predates Egyptian times quite a bit. But that makes sense because they would go to the mountains, get the rock, build the pharaoh, right? He brought a weatherologist in who did not agree with any of his theories. And you need people around you that don't agree with you to have unbiased opinions. And the weatherologist made a study of the Sphinx and determined that the torrential rain required to cut the grooves in the Sphinx like they were cut into it with weather are over 9,000 years old.
The wear on the Sphinx?
On the Sphinx is over 9,000 years old. So the Egyptians couldn't have built it because it was built 4,500 years ago by most scientific claims. But this weatherologist said, no, this weathering on the Sphinx there hasn't been torrential rainfall in Egypt in like 10,000 years like that.
Huh.
So,
Well, here's a picture of the meme I was looking at. So it's called The Circle of Life. So it says humanity researches AI. Next thing, humanity perfects AI. AI perfects itself, then AI enslaves humanity. A solar flare happens and disables the AI, and then humanity starts over worshiping the sun god. And then it just repeats. Just keeps repeating. So AI gets disabled by a sun flare and, wipes out the earth and then all starts over again. But, this guy's theory was AI is already been here. We're seeing ruins of things that, maybe AI had a hand in, before. I don't know if I believe all that, but pretty interesting theory.
So extinction events, like they say that Yellowstone is supposed to be our next extinction event, and it coincides with the 72 years thing. Multiples of 72 years.
Massive volcano, right?
Yeah, it's a supermassive volcano. If it blows, it's going to take out most of North America with it. I mean, we might be able to get to Mexico to survive, but everything's going to be covered in ash. Something like that happened. I'm not sure how long ago in, I think, Indonesia, where there was it was thousands of years ago that ended a lot of life in the United States, or not on the world, so not the United States. But you know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is?
Yes.
I was watching a thing with him about where life came from, like human life. And so when you talk to somebody, say you talk to me, or I talk to you, or we talk to Dory, and I say, what's your nationality? Where are you from? So do you know any of your genealogy?
Yeah, I've got all of it.
Where are you from? What's predominantly?
Ireland and Scotland. I'm in Scotland and England.
Ireland and Scotland. Me, Scotland and England.
That's what I just said, Scotland and England.
Yeah, Germany. But my root DNA, guess what it is? It's African. It's from the Congo. my root DNA. And Neil deGrasse Tyson says if you ask a guy from Italy that has, or a guy from the United States that has Italian immigrant parents, and you ask him what he is, he says, I'm Italian. He doesn't say I'm American. Well, he might. But he goes, yeah, my family, they're Italian. And Neil deGrasse Tyson said, why stop there? Why don't you go back to where we all came from? Because every human being on the planet, and this is not me saying this, this is fact, this is scientific fact, every single person on this planet came from Africa.
That's right. We're all family.
So we're all African, no matter where you came from. Everybody originated in Africa.
We are all one.
Look it up if you don't believe me. I challenge you to look it up and confirm that, but it's scientific truth.
That's crazy.
Are you looking it up?
No, I was trying to pull out my freaking DNA, man, and the government stopped me.
So
Nowhere to be
Don't
found.
you have an app?
Yeah, and it's not letting me in all of a sudden.
I have figured out the name of that continent.
What is it?
If you guys are curious.
Type it in there.
I am thinking of Sealandia, which is recently dominated social media feeds as Earth's hidden eighth continent. It was officially classified as a continent in 2017, but it just went viral again because scientists have just finished completely mapping its final underwater boundaries for the
They
continent.
couldn't think of a better name than Sealandia.
Well, it's under the sea, so of course, and it's land, so they're gonna call it Sealandia, bro. Of course.
Them some lazy motherfucking scientists. What should we call it? I don't know.
Sealandia?
Sea in the land. Call it
I
Sealandia.
just gave you the rundown of how they came up with the name. Okay. Almost entirely submerged, about 94 to 95% of the continent sits under the Pacific Ocean right now. The visible peaks that poke above the water's surface are New Zealandia and New Caledonia. It spans roughly 4.9 million square kilometers, making it about 6 times larger than Madagascar.
Where is it?
It's in the Pacific Ocean.
Like by Hawaii or
Greece.
Greece is not in the
No.
Pacific Ocean.
No, I'm sorry, I'm looking at it right now. It was originally part of the supercontinent Gondwana when it broke away roughly 80
Did
million.
she say Wakanda?
She just made some shit up, didn't she?
Gondwana. Gondwana. Okay, I'm glad we got past that. When it broke away roughly 80 million years ago, its crust stretched out so thin that it eventually sank beneath the waves.
Oh,
So the only reason, so it's over there by, where the Tasmanian Sea is?
no.
Okay, hold on.
By Australia?
Let me pull up this map. So yes, it's over by Australia. So
Yeah.
there's Papua New Guinea above Australia, and then you have Australia right there, and you have New Caledonia, over there to the right, and then right underneath New Caledonia is New Zealand.
That's
There's my DNA.
yeah, Africa.
Yep.
Isn't it?
Denver,
Go down
Belgium.
Go down to Africa.
Nothing.
Nothing in Africa?
Closest to Africa I've got is Ukraine.
So I pulled it up.
2%. If I touch right here, I'm 50%, 56% southeast England and northwest England, Ireland. I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Northern Ireland, Scotland. A bit Scottish, but mostly England is where England and Wales.
So check this out. Modern humans, Homo sapiens, came from Africa, evolving from early ape-like ancestors over millions of years. We share a Smithsonian Institution common ancestor with modern African apes like chimpanzees and gorillas that lived 6 to 8 million years ago. But specifically Homo sapiens, because there was a lot of different species of humans. Did you know that?
Better watch what you call me.
Did you know I have 44% more Neanderthal DNA than the average person?
Which makes sense when
Let's-
you get to know
Makes
her.
sense.
Let's see who in the room is surprised.
Oh, look
Nope.
at that. Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody's surprised.
And Neanderthals were supposed to be smarter. They had bigger brains than Homo sapiens. And they crossbred, obviously.
Well, everybody crossbreeds nowadays.
No, like species. Neanderthals and Homo sapiens were two different species, and they crossbred.
Right. Didn't you say that Neil deGrasse Tyson had mentioned it coming down to one female? Were
Well-
they able to actually?
Yeah, they think they can trace everybody's
Well,
DNA.
did you
to
know,
one
I
African
might have been
female.
him too. I watched a show once that said because we bend at the knees, it had to do with like how much water covered the earth. Like, I can't remember, but I'd have to look it up. But it had something to do with us being, naturally on all fours. And that had to do with the bending of the knee. I'll look it up so I don't sound stupid. But it had to do with water and how I can't remember. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm stupid.
Well, that's what the
You have a
next.
computer in your hand.
I know.
Look it up.
I don't want to.
That's what the next episode is for, right?
Yeah. So I just think that there's too much. Do we end up on AI again? It sure did.
Always with the AI.
What would we have talked about if AI wasn't prevalent? But yeah, I don't know that temple really threw me for a loop. There was just I'll have to show you the video of it, but I don't know. I have no explanation for it. What really threw me off was they tried to mimic it with cranes, pickaxes, like they tried to the same rocks. They tried like heck to. You couldn't just chisel. You couldn't just hit it with a pickaxe. Like it had the only way they could replicate it was with lasers, just laser engraving and cutting, and that just really threw me for a loop. I just couldn't understand. I couldn't wrap my head around it.
Then again, like humans back then, like Egyptians and the people who worked for them, basically slaves, by the way,
Well, that's
completely muscle. They were built completely different than from what we are nowadays.
that's the thing, though. Now, what they're finding with the Great Pyramid of Giza is that the level of expertise involved in building those pyramids
Craftsmen.
were craftsmen. They weren't slaves. They were. That
Well,
was,
that's what I was saying about
labor of love.
the temple. Like to have as many people as they did working on that and build it. Like you couldn't have just one guy walking around doing all. Like it had to be hundreds of like people that knew so well what they were doing. Like
Yeah.
they were professionals, like beyond experts to precisely carve all this stuff. So I don't, or they had a fucking laser engraver.
Did you ever hear that Andrew? God, what's his name? He's a comedian. He had a bit. He said everybody questions the pyramids in Egypt. Like, no, they didn't build that. Nobody could build like that. Nobody questions the pyramids in Mexico.
Yeah, everyone forgets about the pyramids we have in Mexico.
Oh, 4 Mexican dudes with a bucket? Yeah, they built it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, definitely.
do you know? And here's another one that's kind of a mystery too. I am not ruling out divine intervention either. I'm not saying it has to be just aliens. Like there's some marvels here in America. Look at the Salt Lake Temple. Look at the precision in that Salt Lake Temple. And do you know it's that structure can handle like that structure won't fall like earthquakes and that's just one of them. That I'm familiar with. Like that, and they did that in the 1800s, carved to perfection. Like I don't know how to explain that. Like I have no idea how that was done. How could they build something that large back then? How?
I think we're just lazy nowadays.
I think we have less craftsmen now.
Well, and it could be that. It very well could be. You're right. Churches in New York, the Catholic cathedrals, and like some of these are. Well, the Church of Notre Dame in France. Like how?
Yeah, there's
That place is enormous.
Are you talking about the big old Gothic cathedral
Yes.
that just makes everybody,
Yes.
bend down on one knee and raise their hands up?
How did they do it back then?
It took
Just blows my
years.
freaking mind. But it's the weight of the products they're using. It's the stone, the carving up in the tops of these things, the stained glass that's, we would have to use cranes and things to get to these places now. How the hell did they do it?
Have you ever seen those old pictures of the guys, the steel workers in New
Yep.
York? Just no fall protection, just walking around on steel girders.
The picture of the what did it was it the somebody else had taken a picture of the person taking the picture,
Right.
and
I never thought of that. Like, who's taking the picture?
there was one person standing on. Look it up, Eric. See if you can find that. It's the picture of the person taking the picture of the steelworkers. It might have been something AI, honestly, but it was pretty interesting. I was like, I never thought of that before. Just put picture of the steelworkers. Who took the picture?
On a completely separate note, I looked out how long it took for them to make the Germans' iconic Gothic masterpiece, Cologne de Cathedral.
Cologne. That's the one I was thinking of.
It took 632 years to
Yeah.
build, and it started in 1248.
Look at that guy. That's the guy that took the picture.
That's the guy taking the picture of the.
Look at how he's standing on the beams up above.
Look at his shoes.
How terrifying!
Yeah.
That is? Absolutely terrifying. Those
Look at
shoes
that.
Those shoes are iconic, though.
Charles C. Ebbets was his name.
Classic dapper.
And he's just up there with a camera, just hoping he doesn't fall 90 stories to his death.
Yeah.
I would say he's even more talented. He's just using his feet.
Exactly.
It's just like the heels of the shoe hooked onto that last little sliver of metal on that beam. That's all he's using is like maybe about an inch or two of leverage.
Yeah, look at this crap, dude.
Isn't that insane?
This is crazy right here.
I wonder how many people's lives were lost building that cathedral as well. If it took 632 years and
Well, I know.
having to
Yeah.
manually
Well, it's
put
just like
that
the
stuff up there.
Hoover Dam's the same way. There's, how many dead bodies are in the Hoover Dam?
Over 200, right?
Yeah. They just fall, and what do? You just keep
can't do
going.
anything, yeah.
There's nothing you can do to save them. They just cement them into the walls.
Blood, sweat, and tears,
Yeah.
So I just had this conversation with my aunt over the last couple days. My Aunt Laurie, she likes to text me right after our podcast. We love her.
Her to death.
And we're still talking about the man and the bear in the woods. Still talking about that.
Still debating.
But I think she caught me a little salty one morning. I think it was it yesterday morning?
Yeah, you were pretty grumpy yesterday.
Yeah. And so I just went off about because I said I'm tired of all the man hate. I'm tired of seeing it all over social media. We could, this world would be a lot better if men weren't in it and things like that. Without men, all the dirty jobs that people do that keep the infrastructure going would not get done. And ladies, I know you're going to come after me, but it's true.
Women are not going to work in the sewer system.
Have you seen the episode of? Have you seen the episode? It's not Naked and Afraid, but it's along those styles. So they took a boat full of men and a boat full of women, and they put them on an island, and they had to survive, I think, 21 days. And it's awful.
Let's see it.
It's so bad.
Well, so
I mean, I just felt bad. I was like, I don't even want to watch.
I got a story. And look, equal but different, right? There are things that women do that are amazing and I can't do. And I don't think that one is better than the other. We're just different. And there's jobs that we do that aren't built. Not to say there's some women out there that don't work in the oil fields and don't work on skyscrapers and don't. There are.
I have a good friend, Jamie. She's out there welding, and I don't know exactly what she does, but she's been since high school.
I know her.
Just a
badass.
badass.
I know
dude
her
out
well.
there in the fields.
I was on duty one night and I saw her in Circle K. I was, hey, what's going on? And she goes, oh, just dropping a tranny out of my truck. No, and she's pretty too.
Yeah.
Like,
Respect
beautiful
to
girl. And she's still running heavy equipment and stuff at the mine. I know her well.
Well, she works. She's traveling now. She
Yeah,
does.
she's traveling?
She travels on these job sites, and she just had a Snapchat story the other day, and she was like laying like all kinds of pipe and putting it in, digging it. And,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Shout out
God
to Jamie.
yeah, Mike.
Keeping
Yeah.
it real.
And the thing is, there are those women out there. I totally agree with that. But most of the jobs you see, like working on top of a skyscraper, the building of this country, the industrial age, was built by men, and some women, but majority of men. I had a funny conversation with a coworker one time, and she was when I was working up in Morenci, and love her to death. I won't mention her name, but didn't have much good to say about all men in general. And so we were talking one day, and she was like, "I just hate men," and I'm like, "Hey, see that chair you're sitting in?" She's all, "What?" I'm all, "See that chair you're sitting in? Man made it. See this building we're in right now? A man made it, designed it. You know the car you drove to work in today?" And she goes, "You can stop talking." And I walked away.
As
I was joking.
in
I was
women's
being
defense,
facetious. I was joking.
There are some, but on the other hand, you don't find a whole lot of women serial killers.
No,
You don't find a whole lot of women rapists.
no.
So on the other hand, the other side of that, men do some pretty reprehensible things that give women these ideas, like the bear and the man thing. What's the reasoning for that? Because men do awful things. So I still don't think that the bear would have been my choice as a woman. However, I understand why they think that
Well, and most of all, the men
men are
have-
capable of awful things.
and you hit the nail on the head. Capable. They have the capability
Yes.
to do things. We walk around on a daily basis knowing that pretty much any female we come into contact with, we could probably kill with our bare hands.
yes,
We choose not to.
yes.
You're welcome. But
not
that's a joke.
not everybody's Jeffrey Dahmer, and not everybody's a Ted Bundy.
Few and far between. Most,
All of those are men.
yeah, and most men won't do that. You'll get a percentage that will, very small percentage, and I get that. But there are a lot of jobs too that men don't want to do that women do a lot better than men.
Yeah.
Don't want to scrub women's feet, dude.
No, I don't want to get pet.
Men don't want to get
And
pedicures.
that's not the only thing.
On the weirdness thing, there are some men that do.
Sure,
They
sure.
might-
But there are a lot of
know,
corporate
but-
jobs. There's a lot of office jobs that women can multitask at that can do a lot better than a lot of men can do. So I'm not saying one is better. What I'm saying is don't be a man. I'm not a woman hater. Love women. Don't be a man hater.
Get that off the screen.
Okay. And
As a modern wife, whenever I can't get a jar open, I ask my husband to do it. Whenever there's something too heavy to carry because I don't feel like carrying it and I'm tired, I get my husband to do it. If I don't want to clean up the backyard but it needs to be done, I get my husband to do it. So I'm not a man hater by any sorts, especially with my background and stuff. But like, if you're really that worried about it, go take some self-defense classes.
well, and I won't mention your job,
Yeah,
But
we're
you're-
not going to talk about
but
my
your
job.
job is very much predominantly male.
Very much male dominant.
Yeah.
Yes, even nowadays it is. But like, if you're really that worried about being stuck in the woods with man and bear, first of all, how'd you get there? How'd you get there? Be smart, make smart decisions, do smart things, tell somebody where you're going, and take some self-defense classes.
It
if you're-
wouldn't help you with a bear.
If you're in a state where you can conceal carry, then conceal carry. Go take some classes, learn how to shoot, learn how to defend yourself. Just because you're a woman in a day and age where you want to be equal as the man, get some skills and learn some skills that are going to help you out. And then just don't rely on, social media or a bear to save your life, because that's, and no offense to anybody, but that's stupid.
Yeah.
That you cannot rely on that, because that bear is going to kill you. It is going to eat you. And if you have no way to defend yourself or no knowledge of getting out of a tough situation with the way the world's going, you better learn quick.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be that one person who didn't take those classes and you don't know how to defend yourself.
Yeah, I've taught a lot of women self-defense classes.
And-
a lot of self-defense
And
classes. in
that's
general.
that's the main reason for me starting jujitsu, is because when it comes down to it, I want to be able to fight for my life and they be able to say, you know what, she did everything she could to get out of there.
Right.
And that's all that matters to me is at the end of the day, I'm going home. No one and nothing is stopping me from going home.
All right. I'm getting a little scared.
So
Okay.
you're welcome. Just putting that out there.
Well,
Tanner, you got anything else?
I don't think I do this week.
You good? All right. Do we have a listener of the week this week?
Shoot. Probably. I would say. Let me check my messages. I got a lot of messages. Honestly, the one person that keeps messaging me is Mr. Lewis Kennedy.
Lewis Kennedy.
You remember Lewis?
I know that name.
He was a jailer when I was in jail. His mom, Mary, she was the cook at the jail, and you'll remember him when you see him. You'll know him. But yeah, he loves it, and he's told me over and over he loves it. So, I appreciate Lewis.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He worked at the jail for a long time. Well, I don't know if it worked for a long time, but
He's getting gray.
yeah. And he just told us we were getting old. So you're getting old, Lewis. How about that?
Right.
Yeah.
Shit.
I remember that first video we made. He's like, "Man, you guys got old." And I'm like, "You're older. What are you talking about?" But yeah, I appreciate you, Lewis. Thank you for listening to all the episodes. I can't thank you enough. Everybody.
Has Lewis got a sticker yet?
He hasn't. He didn't live here. He needs to send
Oh,
me
yeah.
his address. Well, okay. We'll know if he listened to the whole episode. Lewis, I got stickers for you if you send me your address on Facebook. So
There you go.
yeah, we'll know if he listened to the whole freaking episode, man.
Yeah, and as usual, I'm down at 19XX tattooing all week. If you want a sticker, I got a bunch down there. Come by the shop, get a tattoo while you're there. Why not? Make a decision.
Never too late to get
Tanner?
some ink on your
Where can
skin.
they come get a sticker from you?
Nowhere. I'm not giving them to anybody.
You're not giving any more.
No, I'm
out?
just kidding. Audio Visions. That's where I am all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just got a new stack of 100 stickers right here on the table. So they're not as good a quality as the other ones. I don't know how. I ordered the same thing, but
Same company?
yeah. I don't know why. I ordered the 3x3 just like last time, and Vinyl Status sent me that. So
Interesting.
Are they in Pakistan? Where are they at?
no, they're here. They're local.
They're local.
Not local, but they're American
United
made.
States.
Yeah.
Okay.
America.
Yeah, but they keep sending out like these, hey, 100 stickers for X amount of dollars, and then I just changed emails and did it twice, so kind of took what I can get. So
Yeah. Well, then you cheated, so you can't expect.
yeah, that's what I say. I'm not too upset about it.
Just to remind our new listeners, what can they do to be listener of the week?
Like, comment, share.
Yeah, and let us know,
Let us know.
man. We just want to hear what you guys think. Like there's things that we're not set in stone. Obviously, we're all over the place. So we listen to suggestions. We take your emails. I read all the messages. We're open, man. Just tell us what you think. If you don't like something, tell us that too. That helps. We're not going to take it offensively. I mean, don't be rude.
No, we've actually changed things.
Yeah, we've changed
based
things
on
just based
suggestions.
off what people said. Absolutely.
If you guys noticed, the intro song is we went down from like a minute to 31 seconds down to 23 seconds. It's short. It gets right to the point. So that was a big suggestion.
Eric's volume.
My volume. Hopefully, you guys can hear me a little bit better.
See, those kind of things we would never know because unless somebody told us. So please, if you have suggestions or you think we can improve on something, please tell us.
Yeah.
If you guys can't find them on Facebook, you happen to come across mine, message me as well. We're all the team here, and I'll share it with the boys whenever I get it. So it doesn't have to be those two. It can also be me if you can find me, or if you have me or a friend of a friend shares the page.
Buy a damn shirt.
Yeah,
Buy a shirt.
support the local
That
pod.
doesn't just help us. That helps us. That helps with the people that help us. So go get a drink. From what I understand, she's going to be at the Chamber of Commerce all week here in town. Is that what she
Yeah,
said?
she's
Yeah,
at the chamber.
Chamber.
So she'll be at the
Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce this week. If you want to go get a Bad Mom energy drink, tell her we sent you.
And we got a new segment coming up next week. We're going to try out, and we're looking for questions from the audience. and the segment is called Ask Dory.
Yes, I will answer your guys' questions
and
for
she
you.
will answer the question. So
Here's the best part of this is she may lie.
yeah, she'll make it all.
She may make shit up that you, so I think that's gonna be part of the game is trying to figure out if she's telling the truth or if she's making shit up. So
You guys ask your questions, put them down in the comments of YouTube, Spotify, Apple. If you can find us on Facebook, put it down in the Facebook post when we share that the episode's uploaded, you know? Just let us know. We can't do or get any better or do anything without your guys' cooperation as
put the
well.
links for the shirts. We'll put the links for what was something else. But definitely for the shirts will be in the description. I said something else at the beginning.
Website for Ted, it wasn't it? Or
No, he doesn't have one yet.
Desert Designs LLC. her
Desert
website.
Designs.
Yeah, that's right. Desert Designs
Yeah.
LLC.
And also I want to thank Ted again for being our first guest.
Yeah.
He did great. I'm looking forward to hearing his podcast, and because I need to get my ass in shape.
And Ted, if my size scared you, I apologize.
Yeah. Tanner
Thank
will
you for
flex it.
coming on, Ted. Please come back.
Yeah. So all right, folks. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll
Have the day you deserve.
the
Okay.
day you deserve. That what is it?
Or
That's
the
kind of
night.
passive aggressive. What is that?
Sure is.
It's
Yeah.
passive aggressive as heck.
Well, if they deserve a good day, then it's not.
Do you remember George Carlin?
Who doesn't remember George Carlin?
He goes, "What if I don't want to have a good day? What if I want to have a shitty day?
I guess you're gonna have a shit.
Don't tell me what kind of day to have."
The day you deserve.
Yeah. All right, folks. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.